Hi friends, in today's lecture we are going to look at the third figure of speech, that is hyperbole. Remember that we pronounce it as hyperbole and not hyperbole where E and R are silent. Okay, so it's basically hyperbole, HYPA. Okay. So before going on to the definition, let me tell you that this is a Greek word. It's a Greek word and the term means overcasting. So you see, it's a figure of speech that involves exaggeration and is used for the sake of emphasis in a sentence. Okay, like you can say some words, some sentences very easily. Some people use it in day-to-day conversation. Like for example, I can give you, it's been ages since I last met you. Now, it's not that ages that you have met. It means that it was a long term, it was a long period of time that you have met that person. Okay, so you just go through some examples and then we'll go in the literature part where some of the poets or some of the writers have used hyperbole. The first example here, your cupboard weighs a ton. If someone is trying to move the cupboard and he sees that the weight is too much, so he says the cupboard weighs a ton. I'm dying of shame. Of course you're not going to die. You must have done something wrong, very wrong, and you feel shameful. So that act of shame, you're saying it as I'm dying of shame. The third one, he's trying to solve a billion problems. Now someone who has got a lot of problems on his table, on his plate, and he's trying to solve them all at once. So he's saying that he has got a billion problems. Although there are much problems you can say, but you're saying billion problems just to put emphasis. The last one, the old man is older than Mount Everest. Someone who maybe has crossed the age of hundreds. Now people nowadays, people live for not more than 60 or 70 years. So his age might be that much extending. It might have extended the age of 100 years. So you say the old man is older than Mount Everest. Or else the teacher told him that he's having a pea-sized brain. Now what do I mean by pea-sized brain? Of course, you must have seen the size of a pea. It's very small. So that means he's not able to grasp something, or he's not able to understand it very quickly. He's not the sharp person. That is why the teacher is regarding him as a pea-sized person. Let's look at how it is used in literature, how some poets or some writers have used it. Let's see. Okay, here is a line that is extracted from the novel The Heart of Darkness. It's written by Joseph Conrad. And he says, I had to wait in the station for 10 days, an eternity. That means act of waiting is so long that it seems to last forever and is never ending. That is why he is regarding this as eternity. So he was probably he was waiting on the station, and it was the time he has mentioned over here is 10 days, and it seemed for him a very long time. That is why he is regarding it as an eternity. So this is what you call it hyperbole. In the second part, I've got a stanza over here. And this poem is written by Robert Burns, and what he says, the poem name is A Red Red Rose. So this is the poem, and I've taken the extract out from there, the stanza. Let's see what he has to say. And I love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun. Oh, I love thee still, my dear. So I hope you have understood so far where the hyperbole has been said. It has been said twice. Seas gang dry, rocks melt with the sun. So the poet is trying to say over here that his love is so strong and it's so pure that even if the seas go dry, he is not going to stop loving the person he loves very deeply, very immensely. Okay, and the second part he says, and the rocks melt with the sun. Rocks can never melt, but he's saying even if the rocks melt, his love for that person is not going to end. So I hope you it's a figure of speech that involves exaggeration and for the sake of emphasis in a sentence or in a poem or in any writing. Thanks a lot, guys. Once again, we'll move to another figure of speech. You will see me next in the videos with some other part with some other figure of speech. Thanks a lot for your time. If you have any questions or any queries, please leave them, drop them in the comment section below. I'll reply to them.